One of the primary goals of the Environmental Protection Office is to restore tribal lands along the Colorado River.
You know, we would come out and try to clear as much as we could just to get to the water, but it was never really enough.
The river is something that is really, really dear to us, and so protecting the river is a central part of the mission of the tribe, and that's the whole reason the Environmental Protection Office exists.
I'm proud to see that we're able to access areas where, you know, as an EPO technician, we have to pull water samples and stuff. So we have 3 areas here that, you know, we've been trying to pull samples and it's been really difficult to get to the water.
A large part of this restoration effort is to remove invasive plant species. Right now, we've worked with local contractors to clear out several acres of phragmites along the riverbank.
Everything just overgrew so quick that it went, I mean, we were not able to contain it.
Phragmites is a pretty aggressive wetland grass. Phragmites easily takes over the landscape and outcompetes native vegetation. It also displaces wildlife because it grows pretty tall and in very dense thickets, and so animals aren't able to easily maneuver through it, and they have to find habitat elsewhere.
Me and Jen coming out here using brush cutters, and they would stop working. We've used machetes, we use loppers, we've used saws, and it was a lot of work. You know, watching the excavator do it in less than a couple minutes and just clear a certain amount of areas, it's wonderful to see that.
So the work of Willadina and Jen to be out here and to be actually like turning this into a place that is usable for not only for Cocopahs, but for the plants and animals that are our relatives in this land is really, really important. That is preserving a ton of our cultural resources. Maybe someday we'll see things like wild rice growing on the river instead of these phragmites. We'll have access to the arrowweed instead of having phragmites grow up over it. So projects like this, they may seem like they're more of like a landscaping project, but really they're a deeply cultural project.
So our next step in this restoration process is to get some trees into the ground. We'd like to revegetate with cottonwood and willow trees. And then moving forward beyond that, we want to maintain this area so that the phragmites doesn't come back. And when it does, that we treat it right away and keep this area clear and restored.